Okay, so here we go on the next one. It's a maiden race. There's a large field. So this one is the same as before. The favourite has drifted out quite heavily. Maiden races can be quite unpredictable because the price tends to drift quite heavily sometimes. But, you know, that depends on the quality of the race. I'm going to jump in here with a speculative back bet in the assumption that it might come back in and drift, steam back in again past fours. And because it's at the top of his range, and so yeah, this is purely a speculative thing. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going to see what happens here. In the meantime, I'll try and scalp out a tick or two if it goes against me, just so I can offset this red a little bit. If you want to learn to trade like I do, then make sure you click on the link in the description, or you can, if you prefer doing football trading and accumulators, you can check out akawinner.com. That is also in the description. It's a service which you can use to win your accumulators every single week, every single time, and it's a great way to earn some good money. But for now, we'll keep trading this. 5-minute mark is coming up. That's when everything usually kicks off. So we'll see what happens in the next 30 seconds. So like I said, this is purely a speculative thing. Sometimes when a horse like this drifts and drifts and drifts and drifts early on, it usually has a bit of a comeback around the 5-minute mark. Not always, it's not guaranteed. But I'm going with my gut feeling here. My gut tells me to have a little trade on this to see if it comes in. So I'll just do some scalping here just to try and offset my red here. As always, if a scalp goes through your position, just move up and take the scratch. Because otherwise, you're in the position where you'll just sit and watch it and watch it and watch it, and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's right there. It's gone right through me. I'll just move it up and take the scratch. So you can see now the market's really picking up. The liquidity is starting to flow better. The horses are making their way down. We'll see if my original thinking comes into life now. I might have to move this up and take the scratch on that one. So the favourite keeps drifting out now. It's drifting and drifting. But there's no real movement in any of their horses. So a horse called Relevant is coming in quite heavily here. Sorry, I moved the ladders around. I moved them back again so we don't get lost. So the Relevant here has crashed through the 6 and now is likely to bounce back again, hopefully. If that bounces back again, then the favourite should come back in a little bit. My only concern here is that the favourite's been drifting and drifting and drifting continuously. So I'm hoping that my original thinking is correct, but it looks like I might have been wrong. So the second favourite is also hitting the 4s, but it's bouncing back. Third favourite is continuing to push through the 6. But the favourite is holding his own. So at this point, if this one crashes back through 6, the favourite will come in a little bit. So I'll jump in here with a quick scalp just to try and offset this a little bit. Because you can see now the second favourite is drifting out, the third favourite is also coming up to 6 mark. So I'm quite confident that this will either come down again or it will sit here quite patiently and not move, because there's no movement in any of the other horses. So I'll jump in there again for another quick scalp. The third favourite is now past 6 again. Second favourite is not challenging the 4, and as you can see, the favourite is now coming in. And hopefully this little trend here will continue. But with only 1 minute left on the clock, I'm not going to risk anything. So I'll put my exit point there. And I'll put my stop loss at 0. So if it bounces back up again, I'm not going to lose anything. You can see the second favourite is drifting. The third favourite is settling down around about the 6 mark. And fingers crossed this favourite will keep coming in. Just a couple of more ticks, please. But if not, I haven't lost a penny, so I'm quite happy. There we go. Just 1 or 2 more here. They still haven't loaded yet, so I'm not in a hurry. But it doesn't look like this is going to really move anymore, so I'm just going to move that up there. Take the ATP. Right. Same as always, exactly like last time, right? I'm using super small stakes, which means it gives me the time to sit and watch and read the other horses and read the market. Okay? So once again, if you want to learn how I trade, check out the link in the description. And yeah, I always say the same thing in every single video. Use small stakes. If you've just started out, use small stakes for this exact reason. So when things do not go in your favor, you can sit back and use logic and use what's happening in front of you as an indicator of what to do next. Because obviously on this trade here, when I was sitting at 5.1 and I was in a losing position, had I been using £1,000 stakes there, or £100 stakes, or £200 stakes, my red would have been huge, right? So, and the red has always been, it has to be in comparison to your bank. It has to be relative, okay? So, if you've got a £500 bank, do not use £50 stakes. Don't use £100 stakes, because when it goes against you, which it will, the proportion of your losses against your bank are going to be way too big, and it will affect your judgment on the next race and the next one and the next one. Thanks for watching, and yeah, click the link below in the description to check out where you can get the best training available. And yeah, I'll see you again in a few minutes on the next race.